But I want to bring to you then the fifth and what I think is the most important, most devastating repercussion. It's the one that I'm really going to just focus on for the rest of the message this morning. I believe if none of the other repercussions existed, this one alone would be reason enough to not change the definition of marriage. And that is, if we do so, children will be hurt the most. Children will be hurt the most. You see, if the definition of marriage is changed, more children will be born out of wedlock. You can guarantee it. More children will be born. Of course they would. If marriage is no longer about what's best for children, and it's only about our emotions and our emotional bonds, then people who are together and then the girl becomes impregnated, it would never be, there would be no incentive to think about the children or that child that will be born and make sure that they're born into a stable home. We know, now folks, we know, this is how we are. We know that there's been a lot of folks, good people, that were pregnant before marriage. But when it happened, they recognized it as not good. They never tried to claim it to be good. And they said, this is not best for my child. They didn't blame the child, they blamed themselves. And a lot of them, if not most of them, sought with all of their strength then to get married, to marry the father, to marry the mother, right? So that, why? One driving motivation was in play. What was going to be best for this newborn child? But you see, once you change the definition of marriage and it's no longer about what's best for kids, that incentive is gone. There will be more children born out of wedlock. And by the way, research is showing, the society itself is already saying that because of this, we better get ready for an expansion of the welfare state. Because somebody's going to have to take care of these kids. Number two, more children will be hurt by divorce. More children will be hurt by divorce. We know this. We know that children are victimized by divorce all the time. We know that it's not good for children to be divorced. We know that children grow best in every area of life: educational achievement, emotional health, behavioral skills, sexual development. We know that they grow best when they grow up in a solid home with their mother and father. We know that. Let's be honest now. All of us have been touched by divorce in some way or another. Either we've been divorced, we know someone who was divorced, our parents were. Divorce is common. God allows divorce because of the sinfulness of man, and there are times when divorce is necessary. There's a biblical grounds for it. We understand that. But I don't know that I've ever talked to anyone where children were involved and they were happy about the divorce. I'm not saying they didn't say it shouldn't have happened, but nobody's happy about it. Nobody says it's good. Nobody says, oh, it helped the children. Sometimes it's necessary, but it's always devastating, right? Children get hurt. That's why we as a church and we as Christians, when divorce happens, and sometimes again it's necessary, we try to just really come around in an extra way around those children, because we know they are going to be the ones who suffer the most. If marriage is redefined, the divorce rates are going to skyrocket. You know who's going to get hurt the most? Children. When you're talking about educational achievement, you're talking about literacy rates, graduation rates, emotional health. You're talking about anxiety, depression, substance abuse, suicide, behavioral skills. You're talking about aggression, attention deficit disorder, delinquency and incarceration, sexual development. You're talking about their sense of identity, dealing with puberty, rates of pregnancy as teenagers, and even, yes, rates of sexual abuse. All of these will be affected by a redefinition. And then I want you to think about this one. By social design, children will be deprived of loving a father and a mother. Now, I need you to really think about this. Make sure you're getting it. I understand that many of us did not have a father or did not have a mother. That happens. The difference here is what we're talking about is that kids will not have either a father or a mother by design of society. In other words, society thinks it's good and will have premeditated situation, putting that and saying, we're going to provide children to those homes, and we think it's okay that they will never love a father, they will never love a mother, and they will never have a father love them or a mother love them. That it's good. If we change the definition of marriage, this is where we're headed. It might be shocking to some of you to know that it is estimated that 52,000 children in the state of California alone right now today, 52,000 are being raised by two mothers or two fathers. And people want us to say that that's good.